everyone. Welcome to another broadcast of my weekly Wednesday Whispers. Hope you're all doing fantastic tonight. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes and wait for more people to pop on. Hope you are all enjoying your summer. Time is sure flying. We had some kind of cool rainy weather here in Carberry, Manitoba today, but it's at the same time it was nice to not have so much heat. Where am I going next? Tyson and I keep really busy. I do a ton of traveling with my gift. I am going to be in Winnipeg next for a day of private 1-hour one-on-one sessions. On July the 24th, I will be in Winnipeg. I'm very much looking forward to that. And also, I'm heading on the road for a Saskatchewan tour, and that's very, very exciting. That tour begins on August the 20th until the 29th. I will be in Melville, and then moving on to Regina, Moose Jaw, Kindersley, Saskatoon, and then Hudson Bay. I hope I didn't miss any locations. I don't think I did. Hudson Bay is all sold out, but all the remaining locations that I just mentioned, there are some spots left. If you would enjoy a 1-hour private session with me in any of those locations, please go on my website, alisonswhisperingangels.com, and book a time with me. I would love to have you and give you some messages from your loved ones, or also if you're looking for just some guidance in your life moving forward, I am very much able to help you with that as well. And if you feel, that you don't want to wait that long, you can always go on my website again, alisonswhisperingangels.com, and book a video session with me. I do video sessions. Truthfully, I do them more than any other sessions. I really, really do. I very much enjoy the video sessions that I have met some amazing, wonderful people. So if that interests you, please go ahead and book a session with me. Good evening to everyone. I have some people on tonight. That is fantastic to see you all here with me in this wonderful evening. Hi, Kelly. Tekla, good evening to you. Johanna. Thank you for being here. Caitlin. Megan, Dawn. Hi, Andrea. Nice to see you on. Glenn, good evening. Lynn, Karen, Barb, Debbie, hello, hello. It is so wonderful to be able to connect and give some messages tonight. Hello, Lynn, Melissa, Tamara, Wanda, hello. Debbie, hi, Lorraine. Anne, good evening. Thank you all so very much for tuning in on tonight's broadcast. I hope you all can hear me all right. Sometimes I worry that I have a tendency to not speak loud enough, especially when I'm connected with spirit. I have a tendency, and I know that I need to work on that to make sure I'm speaking loud enough for all of you to be able to clearly hear what I'm saying. So if you at all are struggling to hear me, please just say it, let me know. It won't hurt my feelings whatsoever. Aw, thanks, Tamara. That's so sweet of you. I very much loved your video session you had with me as well. All right, well, it's time for me to get rolling on tonight's broadcast. If you feel that I am indeed connected with your loved one, if you could please write a comment and let me know as soon as you feel that connection, that spirit belongs to you. Please say something right away. And if someone has already spoken for that loved one, but you feel that, that very well could be yours, say something. That's important to me. I will work it out. I will figure it out, because you know it's important that it goes to the right person. All right. So please speak up and say something. That would be appreciated as well. All right, everybody. I just need a few seconds, and I will get rolling on tonight's broadcast. All right, the first loved one that I would love to bring forward. I have an older gentleman here. He's so kind. He shows me his frail little body. This was not a tall man. This was not a big man. Right? I need to tell you, he's wearing a hat, like a ball cap. That type of hat is what I mean. All right. He shows me like you'd have to drive to town. So I believe he's expressing that, you know, he lived on a farm, maybe. I'm pretty sure. That's interesting. He shows me that he enjoyed going to town to play bingo. That's interesting. That's something you know, unique, that one of you hopefully that will perk your ears up and think that belongs to you. This wonderful older gentleman. You know, he has such tenderness to him, such a almost quiet demeanor is how I'm feeling him. So I was just watching him. I believe he's trying to express to me that he had lung cancer, I believe. He lets me know that how important family is to him. Okay. He reminds me to tell you that he's watching over each and every one of his children. Okay. It's interesting, as I say that, he wrote me a great big number 4, so there must be 4 children here. And I need to, for some reason, talk about wildflowers, like, yes, wildflowers looks like in ditches or something like that. There's I don't know what that's about, but he's showing that to me. Okay. This wonderful gentleman comes in with such a loving heart, and like I said, I have to repeat it one more time, he's just so, he's got such a lovely, soft demeanor about him, I think is the best way that I can describe him. Okay. When I've asked him, could you please give me something specific, something else, shows me he often wore plaid, like plaid farm shirts, I want to call them. Okay. It's important that you understand that he's not suffering anymore. As I spoke earlier, I believe he was showing me that he had lung cancer. And he wants me to talk about tuna too. Okay? I don't know why. It took me a sec. I wasn't sure what he was getting at there. But something about eating tuna. Yeah, I don't know why he... Oh, and Lorraine, your dad. All right. Lorraine, I need to tell you very much so. Oh, I'm not sure what this is. But he shows me a great big rainbow. I don't know if that reminds you of him or what that is all about, but he wants me to tell you that. Something about a rainbow. Okay. And he wants me to let you know that there's all of his loved ones are there too. Okay. They're all reminiscing. They're all kind of, you know, it just makes very much, oh, I can hear some music playing. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Lorraine, just know that your lovely dad is smiling from ear to ear and very much enjoying his peaceful eternal life. I mentioned earlier, and keep in mind, he's always watching over you. Okay? You were at his grave this morning, no way, placing a solar light there. That's beautiful. Absolutely. Okay. He tells me to tell you you have the absolute biggest heart. You have this way of being so selfless. Okay. He just sends his love to you tonight, Lorraine. Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to connect with your wonderful dad tonight. Thank you so much, Lorraine. The next loved one I would love to bring forward is I have another male here. Okay. He lets me know his passing seems quite surprising. Okay. Just quite the shock that he passed when he did. He shows me that he left his, you know, his loving wife behind, so to speak. All right. He shows me what looks to be like a small town. He's trying to tell me that he lived near or in a small town. And truthfully, I'm not sure which one. Okay, I'm just seeing this small town. Okay. He tells me that his wife was more the talker than he was. That's interesting. That's nice, I suppose. As much as he's talking about his wife, I'm not sure if that's who he's trying to connect with. That's very possible, but I don't know that for sure yet. Okay. He shows me this plate of donuts, it looks like to me. There must be some meaning to that, some memory to that. I don't know. Plate of donuts. Okay. When I ask him, can you give me a little bit more information? I'm not sure how he passed, other than it just seems so fast. All right. I don't believe this was an accident per se. Like, I think this was some type of illness, maybe. I'm not 100% sure though. It just makes me feel that, I feel that real fast to his passing. Okay. How old is he? I believe he's trying to express to me that he passed in his 70s. Okay. Barb, my brother Ted. Interesting, Barb. Very well could be. Okay. When Barb, if this is Ted, I'm asking, give me something that you will get and you will understand real quick. All right. I don't know. He wants me to talk about somebody loving birds. Okay. And I don't know who that is. If that's him or you or what he's getting at there. Okay. And I don't know why else is really interesting that the things they decide to show me. And Debbie, I read your message, Ken, okay? It's possible too, I'm not sure yet. I need to talk about a peony bush for some reason. I don't know. I understand it's kind of in season, probably bloomed or just bloomed or something like that. I don't know why I need to talk about a peony bush, if that makes sense to either one of you. When I asked him, give me something really specific so we know, it's one of you and not the other. I need to tell you, I see a Saskatchewan flag. Right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's music playing. There's cards being played. There's the smoke is kind of hazy, and there's lots of laughter. Heaven is such a good time. Barb, I think this is your brother. I don't know if that peony bush meant anything to you, or somebody liking birds. And interestingly, he wants me to talk about the month of July. Does that mean anything to either one of you, Barb or Debbie, actually? I understand it's July now. But something did one of those two males pass in July, maybe? You just kind of cut back a peony today. Get out of here. Absolutely, Barb. Yeah. Yeah, that would make perfect sense to me. Okay. And hence the Saskatchewan flag. Okay. Yeah. All right. And Ted died on July the 9th. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So the anniversary of his passing just happened then, a few days back, kind of thing. In this last week or so. That must have been, a day you remembered for sure. I'm sure you did a lot of reminiscing. And it's interesting, as I stay connected with Ted for one more moment, Barb, I need to tell you how he shows me the connection in the relationship between the two of you, and along with, being siblings, he shows me your friendship. Okay? He thanks you. You speak so highly of him, he tells me, when you speak of your brother to anybody, for any reason. You talk with such pride. He tells me actually you talk with such pride about your whole family. Oh, and it was your mom's birthday on the 14th. And is that who loves the birds, Barb? Is that what he was trying to tell me? But anyways, I'll just keep on going. You were really good friends, yeah. I could feel that. He showed that to me. It doesn't surprise me one bit. There are so many good memories that you can hold near and dear to your heart. But please know, ah, sorry, he just blew you a kiss. I hate to tell you that. He's has so much love for you, and you know. Sorry, just watching him. He has so much love for you and for everyone, and it's really interesting. He's bringing up real quick other family members of yours, and he just wants me to let you know that he's watching over all of you. I don't know what this is. I hope I'm. He wants me to talk about a child. As I said, he's watching over all of you. I can see this child with, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly for me to say, has a cleft lip. Okay? Has or had or something like that. He's watching over, I hope that makes sense to you. Okay? He's watching over that family member as well. I just need to tell you that. Okay? All right, so thank you so much, Barbara, for giving me that opportunity. It was my honor and my pleasure to connect with your brother tonight. Thank you so much. I have another male here. Lots of males tonight. I have another male here who would love to make this connection. He tells me that his loved one really needs to hear from him. Sorry, just 1 second. I was reading Barb's message. My great nephew Gus. Oh, no way. Has a cleft palate lip. Oh, okay. I hope all is well with that. What's interesting. You're most welcome, Barb. So as I was saying, I have this other gentleman here. This is a big man. Tall. Interesting. He too shows me he had lung problems. It's almost like I'm struggling to, I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm not 100% sure if he had lung cancer. Yeah, he did. He just shook his head yes. Okay, there was lung cancer here. Okay, this is he's got to be 6 feet. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, broad-shouldered, a bigger man. Like not large, but just broad. Just yeah. Okay. This guy, he's showing me the love of outdoors. It's like he would only come in the house to go to bed type of person. Okay? To eat and go to sleep type of thing. And he would have done that outside too if he could. That's really interesting. He just keeps showing me how somebody really needs to hear from him. You're going through a lot. And he shows me you've been talking to him through your stresses and through your hard times. It's beautiful. He wants me to let you know that he's been listening all the way through. Okay. He just showed me that someone's a daddy's girl here. But interestingly, he shows me like not a daddy's girl like you would think. He shows me how you're kind of a bit like a tomboy in a way. Um, you love to be his shadow. You love to look up to your dad. Your dad. Um, that's beautiful. Um, and the way that he presented that. So, you know, I'm pretty sure his daughter is watching this. All right, and again, he's just trying very much to let you know that he's with you through this hard time that you have been going through. He made it feel a little bit more like a bit of a past tense, so to speak. Johanna, is this my dad? It could be Joe. Absolutely, Johanna. Yeah, could be. And Cindy asked, what did he pass of? Lung cancer. Yeah. And I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Balad? It sounds like my dad, okay? I'm going to ask for something extremely specific, and yeah, Cindy, my dad, okay? Again, I'm going to try and be very specific, get something that fits for one of you out of the three of you, and then the rest will say no, that doesn't line up, okay? I mean this in a very kind way. His voice, that you would remember him being a little bit loud. If that, I tried my very best to explain how he presented that to me. Again, that doesn't mean he was mean or anything like that, but his voice, he's a little bit on the loud side, okay? He shows me very much so, again, love being outdoors, love being, oh, he enjoys to drink a beer, okay? He shows that to me too, okay? As I talk about, you know, that you've been going through this hard time right now, and you've been talking to Dad to, you know, give me strength to keep going through the, you know, this difficult time, and so on and so forth. Joanna, words are loud. That's funny. Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry to laugh. That was funny. Cindy, probably not for you. Okay. Johanna, you know, and interestingly, Johanna, I want to say to you, I see, like, there's a memory you have, something about, it looks like I see like a brace on your dad's neck. Does that make sense? I don't know what he's trying to show me. Did he ever break his neck or hurt it to the point where he had to wear like some kind, I don't know, Johanna, I'm seeing like a, and, you know, so just give you a second. I can clearly see this, I don't know, like there was something wrong with his neck or something at some point. He shows that to me, and I'm trying to understand him. But just know, you know, Johanna, he just is, again, he's loud and he's excited and he's like really, really enjoying his eternal life. And I know I say that quite often. I say that because it's true. All right. Yeah, he had a neck surgery. Oh, no way. Okay, absolutely. This is definitely your dad. Okay. Michael's grad time. Okay. All right. Um, that's specific, as I asked him to bring me something that makes sense for one of you. Absolutely. All right, Johanna. Your wonderful dad. Again, he's so happy and he's okay. But having said that, he wants me to remind you. I don't know what this is. In all of this, he showed me what looked like, what do you call those, like, they're not monster trucks, mud, what are those mud vehicles called? Mud bogs, thank you. Tyson's here. Mud bogs, he's showing me mud bogs, and you having a good time. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if you're going to some mud bogs or what that's about. Okay, I'll just give you a second to let me know about that. But in the meantime, he shows me I need to talk about somebody picking apples too. I don't know if he's trying to talk about you or if he's trying to talk about somebody else, but he's talking about apples, like picking apples from a tree, and then making, pie or jam or whatever. He's talking about apple picking. He's trying to show how he's around all of you, okay? And he's trying to prove that. Okay? He's never too far away. Just keep talking to him. Yes, Al Benesaki Redneck Country Club. Yes, we go and have fun. That is so great. I'm glad you do. And I guess your dad is really glad you do too. I have no idea, is he trying to say that that's something he has been to or would go to or whatever. Saskatoons will be ready soon to pick. Okay. I'm sure it was apples though, but anyways. Just keep that in mind. You very much talked about some apples. Sometimes it might come to you later. Okay, Johanna? But anyways, your lovely dad is expressing his love to you tonight. So just know that, all right? And he wants me to tell you to extend his love to all of you, the other immediate family members in your family. All right. So thank you so much, Johanna. It was an absolute honor and a pleasure. The next loved one I would love to bring forward is I have a wonderful, wonderful lady here. She lets me know, first off, at the time of her passing, she was in a nursing home, it looks like. But she just she made me feel that she wasn't there that long before her passing. She went from living at home. You're most welcome, Johanna. She went from living at home with her husband to going into what looks like to me like a nursing home, I'm pretty sure. And she shows me again that then that's where she passed. All right. I've asked her, could you please give me a little more information about yourself? And it's really interesting. She's showing me girls, girls, girls. So I'm not sure if there's only girls in the family or not. I think she's showing me 3 daughters in particular, I believe. Okay, I believe that is what she's trying to show me, right? She wants me to talk about real estate. I don't know why. First, as I was watching vision she was giving me, I was seeing a for sale sign on a house. So I was going to say, you know, I think she's trying to show me that there's a house for sale or something like that. But then she's showing me lots of them, over and over and over. For sale, sold, just listed, all those types of things. So I think she creatively is trying to talk to me about real estate in general. Okay? So I don't know exactly where she's going with that. But she is showing that to me for some reason. Okay? I have to be honest, she's not, her demeanor seems, I don't know if, she's a little bit on the quieter side tonight anyways. I guess I should make that clear. Okay? Tonight. Lorraine, Nancy Johnson. Okay. That would make sense, Lorraine. That's very possible. I'm going to ask this lovely lady to give me give me something else. Okay? Give me more information. So I'm not sure is Nancy watching tonight. Let me see. She wants me to talk about home renovations too. Not sure what she's getting at. And she shows me the love of plants. Okay? She's showing me that she very much enjoyed plants. She shows me that her husband, I was just double checking before I said it, and yes, I think I understood it right. She's showing me that her husband is still alive. All right, so she went to heaven, and her husband is still, you know, living a fairly active life, kind of, is how it's looking. Nancy's mom, maybe. Okay. Thanks, Lorraine. Very well could be. She wants me to just maybe this would make sense if I talked about no, I don't want to. No, I'm not sure what she's getting at there. Hopefully Nancy will watch this and maybe she can reach out to me. I'm just going to have to move on. Okay. All right, the very next loved one that I would really like to bring forward. There's some, you know, it's interesting. I just want to say how today I was just telling my husband at the supper table how I've kind of had spirit all day, in and out all day, and then now tonight there's so many, and it's I try my very best to bring as many messages forward as I can, and the next one that I want to bring forward is I have this. I have this little boy. All I can say for sure is his passing was very tragic. It was very fast. It was an accident, I believe. Okay, I think so. It's very tragic, very fast. Oh, he looks to me to be about the age. I'm not 100% sure. I'm honest. I'm not 100% sure. I would say he's about the age of 9, maybe a little younger. Okay. This child was so full of energy and so full of life, and it was just so helpful, and just was always trying to please his parents. He shows me there's a, he has a, I think he's trying to tell me has a friend in heaven. So as in, I think he's trying to show me, like, there's 2 children here that have passed. I hope that's making sense to one of you. I think that's what he's trying to tell me. Yeah, he has a friend in heaven too. That's a girl. Okay? And this girl, he shows me, has unfortunately passed of cancer. Okay? This little boy, as I said, he is so full of life, and his energy level, oh my goodness, wow, that is, it's he wouldn't have sat still type of child, again, but with such a good heart, such a good kid. Okay? This is an extremely tragic accident. Right? I'm really hoping that the mother of this child or a relative of this child reaches out to me when they feel that their heart is ready to do so. The next loved one I'd love to bring forward is I have a lady here. She's so Tanya Nicholas Mullen. He was 14 though. That's possible, Tanya. I wouldn't have thought he was that old, but possibly. Thank you for your message. This lady, you want to laugh, you know, she's got quite the personality. Okay? And I don't know why I need to talk about this really heavy glass ornaments. They're pretty big. They're blue in color. I don't know what that is. It's like these ornaments. And she really wants me to emphasize on the color blue. You know those kind of funky ornaments that, I don't know if it would even be in the 70s maybe, and you'd often see them on people's coffee tables. Those big heavy suckers. I don't know if you put candy in them or what you do with them, but anyways, she's showing me all these ornaments, but then she really focused me on the color blue, okay, for some reason, and that's important to someone that understands the blue. Okay. Lori Dixon, Blue Mountain. All right, very well, could be Lori. This lady had quite the knack to bake. She loved to feed her guests, you know. That was important. There's always There was always food. There was always some drinks, you know. Tamara, I have a bunch of blue ornaments like that. Do you really? All right. That's interesting. Um, there wasn't a lot of money here. Okay? There's always food on the table, and the door was, the door is constantly open and closing. Lots of company, lots of visiting. Not a lot of money, but a lot of love. That is so clear. All right. This wonderful woman. I need to talk about Tamara. Interestingly, this lady, when I asked her, can you give me something that's really specific so we know, right? Because that's important. The radio's playing. But now that she shows me she enjoyed her TV programs too. Okay. I need to talk about a specific bird too, Tamara. And Tekla says Grandma possibly. All right, Tekla. I need to talk about, I think she's trying to show me the blue jay actually, which is really unique. Sounds like my mother, Tamara's grandmother. Okay, all right. Very well could be. She wants me to talk about having dogs. Okay, that's sort of the next thing she wants me to make very clear. Right, Tamara. She wants me to talk about that. She wants me to talk about these beautiful hearted big dogs. Okay. But they're like, I don't want to talk about, they're like children. Okay. Oh my God, there was a blue jay in my yard yesterday. Oh, that's fantastic. You know what, I have to be honest, Tamara, I was trying to figure that out. Why, like, such a unique bird. Often, I'm shown with my gift, I'm shown, ladies, generally speaking, love the hummingbird. There's no doubt about it. Butterflies and, so on and so forth. But blue jay, I think that's a first. I was thinking, why on earth would she show me a blue jay of all birds? And then you write me that. That is so awesome. Absolutely, Tamara. You betcha. You're lovely, Grandma. Just remember that and keep that in mind when you see a blue jay from time to time. Your grandmother brought that up for a reason. All right. So just know that she's with you. Okay. She shows me you crying, and that's not to make you cry now. All right. But she shows me you crying. She shows me the emotion of hard times. All right, you struggling in some ways, and Grandma wants me to let you know that she's with you. She's with you through all of that. Okay. She shows me you. It looks like you researching. Okay. It feels like, I asked her, what are you researching what? I think, Tamara, she's trying to tell me about what feels like researching medical stuff. I'm crying right now. Well, I did not mean to make you cry. I'm so sorry, and neither did your dear, lovely Grandma. Life has been so hard. I understand that. Grandma is just trying to present how she's been with you through all of that, and that's why she showed it to me, so just please know that. Again, she's going back to researching, and it feels like health stuff. All right. And in all of this, Tamara, I have no idea. Total flip. Like I don't understand. She wants me to talk about bowling. Okay. So I'll just leave that with you. I don't know. I don't. She wants to talk about bowling. It was like we were talking about things that were sad and you're making you cry and that kind of thing. And she switched the narrative very quickly for me. And she wants me to talk about bowling, and she wants me to talk to you about somebody cheating when they play cards. And that's a joke, and that's a laugh. That's a memory, okay? Something about somebody cheating when they play cards, all right? She has so much love for you. She wants me to talk about, I don't know, Tamara, all of a sudden you don't have to answer this question, but you just made me feel like to talk about you being 40, okay? So I don't know if that's coming up for you. I don't know. But she just wrote me 40, okay, as I am talking to you. You don't have to answer that on here if you don't want to. She talks to me about something about you, something about being 40, okay? Wow. Okay. She wants me to tell you you need to relax. You need to put your feet up. And interestingly, as I said that, she actually put you in a hammock for some reason. 42 in denial. That's funny. I don't know what the 40 is. Is somebody else turning 40? The 40 was so clear, 40, right? But anyways, she puts you in a hammock, and she's trying to tell you to try your best to relax. Put yourself in a calm, peaceful place. Okay, pray, talk to her, and all will be okay. All right. She's very proud of you. Okay? Everything you've been through, you keep on keeping on. And interestingly, she tells me even though you're struggling so much, you are dedicating yourself to helping other people instead of yourself. Actually. Is what she's also showing me that has been going on in your personal life. I hope that's okay to say. You have been distracting yourself by helping other people. Okay? She tells me you are such a blessing, and she is so proud of the woman that you are. Sure, I didn't talk about it yet, but she wants me to talk about how your beautiful dogs are safe with her. She has them. Okay. You already know that, though, she tells me. That doesn't surprise you one bit, all right? One of your dogs slobbers really, really badly. That dog, and she shows me that dog, like that identifies one to the other. One that slobbers really badly. That dog is, I need to tell you, it's important that you understand it. I want to call him a he, all right? He is so full of energy, and he's running, and he's chasing a ball and bringing it back, and he's chasing a stick, and so on and so forth. But the point is he must have been very down in his health, and you had to make that hard decision to to put him down. And so just know that your lovely grandma has your beautiful, beautiful dogs. All right, just know that. All right. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. It was an absolute pleasure and an honor. The next loved one I would love to bring forward is I have another lady here. Okay. I've asked her what happened. How come you passed away? Okay. She shows me that she had cancer. actually, as I'm watching her, I need to talk about something about her head too. I don't know if she's saying she had brain cancer or I'm not 100% sure. She gave me the big C, the often symbolism I get for cancer. I got the great big C, but then I felt like I was starting to get a headache. All right, so I want to say that as well. This lovely lady. Unfortunately, she did not live a long life. She would have been, 70-ish. Yes, 70-ish. I believe that's what she is showing me. Okay. She worked so hard all of her life. She struggled. She did the very best she could, raising her children and then helping with grandchildren. And unfortunately, this illness took her. Okay. When I ask her, can you please give me some more information? She shows me how she loved to drive. She loved to, and I take that back. She kind of corrected me there. She enjoyed going on holidays. In particular, it seems like driving to go places. There must be some very fond memories of going on road trips, so to speak. Okay, this wonderful woman. Yeah. She moves on to showing me how she had this great big huge garden. Right? As I said, she worked so hard. But at the same time, she found it important to make time for friends. Again, it's like my head's hurting and I'm not sure why. Unfortunately, yeah, my head hurts. Okay, this wonderful woman. She lets me know. Why I hear a phone ringing and I don't know why. Okay. All else I can say about this lovely lady, is it's just Lynn, my aunt. All right, Lynn, very well could be. This wonderful woman. She presents herself to be so selfless, and you would understand that really quickly, what I mean by that. Like, just would never, not a selfish thought in her body. Okay. Very down to earth, very, you called her every Sunday. Oh, that would be why I was hearing the phone ringing, Lynn. You betcha. And she knew that, that you would, as soon as I said that, I think I'm right, as soon as I said that, Lynn will get that, absolutely. Yeah, she's shaking her head, yeah, all right. She's so, yeah, nope, everyone first, absolutely, yeah. That is, like, almost to a fault, Lynn. You know what I mean by that? Like, almost didn't take care of herself well because she was so busy doing everything for everybody else. It was just so apparent how selfless she is. And she shows me how I feel like she wouldn't take compliments overly well. She doesn't overly like to be the center of attention. She shows that to me as well. Like, this is almost, I'm not saying it's hard for her to connect with me, but she doesn't overly enjoy flattery. Like, she's like, let's talk about somebody else and get the attention off of her. And I think Lynn, yeah, absolutely, I figured you were going to understand that, because I really feel that in her personality. She sends her love to you tonight, Lynn. Okay. She just showed me that very recently, she's been on your mind. You've thought of her. She just showed that to me very clearly. Something came up, and it made you think of her. And she's honored that she is in your thoughts, but know that she is in such a beautiful, beautiful place. All that hard work has stopped, and she gets to very much enjoy her eternal life. She tells me to tell you you need to stop worrying so much. You ask her for help. Yeah. Absolutely. It is really interesting, as you said that, I was just commenting on, she shows me that you have been worrying yourself sick about your family members. Okay? And she tells me to let you know, like, you can only do so much, right? You can't control how everybody else acts and what they do, all right? Because she shows me, like, you literally making yourself sick and worry. You're worrying so much. I mean, that's only because you have such a big heart, Lynn. She makes that very apparent, very clear, and you're actually, you're a lot like her. Okay? So take that as a compliment. I would, if I was you, when she says that you're like her. All right. She's a beautiful, beautiful person. I can feel that so much. There must have been so many touched and distraught when she passed. She has such a beautiful heart. With that said, she just wants me to again express and tell you that she loves you. Her pains and her sufferings is over, and that's very important for you to hear. Okay? And let's say you look like her. Interesting. So, yeah. And that's absolutely lovely. That's a great person for you to, you would look up to her, as I could feel her. I will tell her you love her, but I don't need to tell her that you love her, because she's already listening. Okay. So thank you so much, Lynn, for giving me that opportunity. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this week for this broadcast of Wednesday Whispers. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and stay cool when it's hot, and keep enjoying your summer. Tyson and I can't wait to see you all next Wednesday on my broadcast. Until then, everyone, take care.